The first box came in. Wow. I'm waiting for the second one. It says in transit. So supposedly they're going to deliver it tomorrow. But I was already thinking, how much am I going to list these for? I think I gotta average like $33 or something to, you know, beat the challenge. So, hey, maybe somebody put it on eBay already. Let me check. $69.95? What the f?
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them. Collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. $69.95. That's insane. That really is insane. They are not worth $69.95 at this point, right? That's too soon, number one. Number two, we don't even know if they've been verified on a blockchain. We don't even know what the blockchain is. When I made my predictions as far as these values rising, it had to do with a couple of facts. One of them is I knew something was going to happen if sales were, say, to slow down. I just knew it. You know, based on the track record of the company, I knew something surprising might happen. And it did. Number one. Number two, I was counting on the NFT part, right? Once I heard that it was NFTs, I knew that if it was a solid blockchain, it would rise in value because it would be the first of its kind, the first physical product linked to a blockchain. Now, why don't I think they're worth $69.95? Well, because we don't know what that blockchain is. I'll give you an example. Let's say these are held by Topps. Well, we know Topps is going to be around for a very, very long time. So I wouldn't put any doubt on the games being held there. As a matter of fact, I had a question today. I asked a question from Intellivision. Are the images going to be held in a blockchain at Topps? I was very, very direct. The reason being is because if you make packs for these, you know, even if it's something, okay, even if it's something that you might think people don't like, collectors will buy it simply because it's an NFT. I mean, they're selling bazooka jokes, the bubblegum jokes they're selling there, and some of them are valuable, right? So when it comes to that market, don't think of it like the video game market. It's completely different. But the value of these in the future is going to be determined by that blockchain. Because, and I'm going to be very, very sincere here, guys. Based on the track record of the company, okay? In my opinion, I'm not wishing anybody ill here, okay? Just based on the record and what has transpired so far. Even if they launch, let's say they do launch, they would be launching with a chip that's, you know, 5-6 years old at this point. So it'd be very, very tough to attract, you know, seasoned gamers of any type, because you'd be looking at old tech. Now, they would be okay for the old man cringe community, right? For us, because, you know, like I've said before, I play on old consoles all the time. So for me, these graphics are okay. But that's my age group, right? I don't expect somebody that's 27 years old to have the same taste I do. Of course, they've been around better machines. If you think about it, most gamers, and most gamers that are really critical of this particular console, are from a certain age. You have to remember that the 7th generation, for all intents and purposes, lasted about 10 years. So that's quite a few people. And you can't compare this to the PS3. The PS3 graphics blow it away. And how long has it been since the PS3? A while, right? So who is this game for? It's for game hoarders like me. Do I recommend people going out there and buying these? No, these are for collectors. They're for game hoarders. They're for people who love being television way back in the day, right? Who played it like myself. But are they worth $69.95? Absolutely not. What was I thinking? I was just thinking, you know, I want to make sure that I sell them, raise money for charity, and that I don't have to burn my games, right? So I think for me, I think it averages for like $33, maybe a little bit over that. So I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get the games, for example, that are not as popular. Say, what do I think? Here we go. Brain Duel, right? I would start the bidding of that for $29.95. There's no way I'm gonna ask for $40 for this, right? Not off the bat. I'd let people, you know, I put it in the market and I let people bid it up. You're paying 50% more, or $9.95 more for the convenience of just buying one. But how many takers realistically am I gonna have on this? If anything, I would have to list it at $25, if anything lower. But this guy's trying to set the market at $69.95. And you know, until somebody buys it, that's just an asking price. Now, if you're asking me what the fair price of it is, I think that if you don't verify, okay, without verifying the blockchain, and that's a big one, okay, that really is going to determine the long-term value of these games. If these games are held in a decent blockchain, say like Topps, say Amazon, something that you know is going to be there for a long period of time, then yes, you know, that it would be worth it. Something that somebody's going to maintain. Topps would be excellent because, you know, Topps is not going to go out of business, right? But that's a big if. We don't know that. We don't know anything at this point. So you're really just speculating. These games are for speculators. They are for collectors. They are for the old man cringe community. And it's not something you should be jumping into and paying $69.95 for right off the bat, because you're you know, just like stocks, you would be buying right at the peak. It's like people that are buying Bitcoin right now. See, I slipped that in, right? The crypto.
By the way, if you want to know what blockchain technologies, NFTs, or cryptos I'm looking at that I'm finding interesting, I always post them on my Twitter, and that includes interesting stocks, not financial advice.
So if you're looking to buy these for investing right now, and that you're thinking that you're going to make $69.95 on each, the market doesn't bear that yet. Now, if they start selling like hotcakes at $69.95, well, then the public speaks, right? And they speak with their wallet. There's not a lot I can do, but I would buy it for $20. I wouldn't buy it for $69.95, nor would I recommend anybody to go in at $69.95 unless it's something you really have to have, right? But again, I mean, for me, this console has not been marketed to the right people. I think this console would have been great if they, instead of choosing families and all that stuff, they marketed to retro gamers with a modern feel. You know, I mean, they could have done so many great things. But at this point, what am I going to do? Well, I plan to list them, you know, whenever I get the second box after work. Hopefully I'll, you know, come home and I'll have both boxes, and, you know, we'll go from there. Let's see what the market bears. I don't think that $69.95 is a reasonable price for these. Not at all. Not even for the top games as they're putting them there. But I have to say, right, I have to say this, in all fairness, you get more for the $20 than you would in most games that you buy, right? You do. You get a card. You may not like it. This may not be your art style or your games or what have you. But if you have, right, if you have an older person at home, right, and they enjoy, for example, Evel Knievel, right? Evel Knievel was a hero to us back in the day, right? He really was. So there might be some nostalgia there for them, right? For you to buy the game for them just to have this, right? And they would appreciate that, I'm telling you. Because we haven't had this type of box art since like 1984. I mean, it's been a really, really long time. Now, am I saying it's worth $69.95? Absolutely not. Am I saying if you get it for 20 bucks and, you know, put a smile on your old man's face? Yeah, why not? But at this moment, $69.95, $69.95, that's just fucking crazy. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.